Brett is with us. Brett is in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Brett. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi. Thank you both for having me on. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Sure. What's up?
So I grew up very poor, often not even having meals. And then as my grew into a senior in high school, both my parents got jobs making six figures. And it seemed like it was so fun eating out and just living recklessly as a whole family. And then my parents got divorced. Everything just kind of fell apart. And I now have been blessed of owning my own business and making a pretty considerable salary increase. And I find myself feeling fearful about the money that I'm making. I know I still have $11,000 to pay off on baby step 2, but I just am kind of afraid of the effect of money. I just am living in fear, and I'm hoping to get some help.
Be more specific.
What is it you're afraid of?
I don't want the lifestyle of money to be able to tear away the things that really matter to me. I don't want it so that we're just eating out and living, like this great life, and then some of the family values kind of go by the wayside. How do you find those values while earning greater money? How do you stay rooted, I guess?
Okay. Number one, I don't think you're going to have a problem because you are watching for it. It's the people that don't watch for it that it gets. So you're not looking to money to be your salvation. And so it's not going to let you down. People that get in trouble are the ones that say, oh, I'll be happy when, and then they're not happy when, okay? Because money's, success, money, anything's a bully in the schoolyard. As soon as you achieve it and you step across, he draws a line in the sand and says, if you step across this line, I'm going to punch you. And you step across the line, he backs up and draws another line and says, if you step across this line, then I'm really going to punch you. And that's what it's always moving. This, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when. And those are the people that getting money gets them off track because they thought money had a power to do things it does not have. It does not have the power to give you happiness. It does not have the power to give you joy. It does not have the power to give you peace. It does not have the power to create values in your family. Unless you try to give it that power, and then it will let you down. But you're not going to do that, so I'm really not worried about you.
I appreciate you saying that. As just a dad of 4 daughters, I just want to make sure I, use it to its best opportunity. So I'm
so like my little boy, we finally got a decent car after we went bankrupt, and my little boy at the time is the little guy. He's the smallest of the Ramseys, right? And we get him finally get a car that's not got like a dent in it. Finally get a decent vehicle. And he's in the back seat, and we're doing the old family drive around the block in the new car. Everybody check out the new car. Ooh, we're excited, right? You know the routine, right? And he leans back and he goes, we're doing pretty good. Right? And see, that's a signal that there's a problem. And so I just stopped the car and I said, we aren't doing good at all. I'm doing good. You got nothing. I'm doing pretty good. You're broke, okay? And so you just need to know that's where you're starting from. BROKE, buddy. And so, and so that's, in other words, we did not allow money to be the value of okay, now we're okay when we get this better car. Oh, now we're okay if we get to move in that house. Oh, now we're okay if I have a label on my purse or whatever the crap it is, right? And so, you're just not going to allow your family to be defined by this. And so money then becomes, P.T. Barnum had a wonderful saying. He said, money is a fabulous slave. It's a horrible master.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about, is who's in charge here. You are the money. You're in charge. The money's not. So you're not going to fall prey to these things. As long as you keep money, don't let money be in charge. In anyone's life that is in your purview, your spouse, your kids. As for me and my house, money is a tool.
Mm.
It's not the master. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
would say
appreciate
this,
that.
Brett. I can feel the fear on you, and that's why we push you to be specific. And I think you're afraid that more money and affluency that comes with that is going to distract you and tempt you to do things you don't want to do, as opposed to say, no, the money I make
Yeah.
and any wealth that comes with that is going to allow me to do more of what I believe we should do. So I think it's boundaries, setting up those boundaries. Like Dave said, when do you hear something or see something or smell something among the family where it goes, that's not right, I want to nip that in the bud. And I think it's setting boundaries and not worrying about the temptation. If you've got clear boundaries, I think you're going to do more of the right things instead of doing things that you don't want to
But
do.
you grew up hearing, and most of us did, uh,
Mhm.
that rich people are evil or they're all crooks or something like that,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
absolute hogwash. It's absolute. It's an
Yeah.
absolute. It's asinine. It's an absolute lie. But it's the stuff that poor people or hopeless people say because they're jealous.
Yeah.
And so most rich people I know are no more crooked than the poor people I know, and they're no more righteous than the poor people I know. The amount of money you have doesn't make you a crook or righteous. It's a
Yeah.
character quality. So, it's amoral. Money's amoral. It does not have morals. It just attaches itself to people who do. And so, yeah, you got this message from childhood, from the growing up hood, the neighborhood, and you're like, oh wow, I'm afraid I'm going to become one of those evil rich people. And then you discover, no, I'm just going to be one of the good rich people. Okay, good.
Yeah, well,
Have at it.
I love what you said about the Daniel story. It's one of my favorite stories. It reminds me of something Shaquille O'Neal said. I believe it was during his Hall of Fame speech, but it's perspective. He said to his kids, "We ain't rich. I'm rich."
Yeah, exactly. It's the
And
same thing.
It's like give the kids context.
Yeah.
Why do I make this money? What had to happen for us to get to this place? Now, what do we believe we should do with money? And you give it perspective,
Yeah.
and then the kids and everybody else goes, okay, I get it.
But here's the thing, and you show the kids it came from hard work. You show the kids that
That's
business
right.
is successful because we're helping a lot of people.
That's exactly right. And hey, I had to struggle. I tell my kids all the time, I try to remind them, they were little when I first started after this whole broadcasting thing. I remind them all the time how bad the first broadcasting things I did were. Like, they don't even deserve to be drug out of the ditch, the ash heap of history. Like, you had to do bad stuff. You had to do humble stuff. You had to struggle. It took time to build. Like, this doesn't you don't just show up and do the things I'm doing today. And all my kids understand that, And by the way, they also understand that if they want more money, they've got to go to work.
Yeah.
I don't just keep filling up their bank account.
Yeah, but eating out
Go
does not
work.
destroy your family values.
No.
He brought up eating out several times. Eating out does not.
I think he was worried about getting away from the dinner table,
Well,
which I get that.
Then say
So now make the dinner table a part of the family tradition.
part of our weekly schedule
That's
is
correct.
3 nights a week, 5 nights a week, whatever it
That's
is. We
right.
are all gathering at the table, and no, you can't book anything across that. And I don't care what your friends are doing, and this is what we do. The other nights we can go out to eat, or you
Sure.
can go out with your buddies, or do whatever. You can go over to somebody else's house, whatever. But these nights we're here, and if you're wanting to establish that as a family tradition, a family rhythm, that's a good thing.
It is.
It's a good thing.